An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound. And I pressed and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
I always say that it was a what if that became a why not.
Yeah.
And it's like, why not us? Why not, bet on ourselves and go for it?
Since I was 6, I've known I was going to be an artist. So this is what I know. It's what I do, and I love doing it.
Boom, boom. There you go, just like that. All right, you ladies are ready to fight.
Cheers.
Cheers to your MaineLife. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Andrew Silsby, President and CEO of Kennebec Savings Bank and proud presenting sponsor of MaineLife, a show that's dedicated to telling positive stories about life right here in Maine. Community has always been at the center of my MaineLife. Support and involvement in our communities are critical to Maine's success. I'm so fortunate to lead an organization that believes in giving back over $1.1 million each year to the communities that we serve. It's the best part of my job. If you need help with your financial needs, or if this is your year to change your banking relationship, our staff stand ready to assist you. So click or call Kennebec Savings Bank today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of MaineLife. Thanks for watching.
Welcome everybody to our Stockton Springs and Searsport episode. This is my first time spending a lot of time here, and we are so excited to introduce you to the amazing hospitality, great food, great drinks, art, and a little bit of grit.
And while these communities are rich in maritime history, they're also bringing world-class dining, art, and culture to the state of Maine.
And we are here at the Hitchborn. Thank you, Vanessa, for introducing me. I've been wanting to come for so long. This is where we are dining tonight. Thank you so much, John.
So excited. Thank you.
So we'll kick off this episode with a toast to a great community. Cheers. Door for me?
Of course.
Hi ladies, welcome. We're so glad to have you guys join us today.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, I'm Dawn Gintz and this is Cassidy Gintz, and we're the owners of the Captain Nickerson Inn in Searsport.
So we are standing in our grand ballroom. Right behind you is the Penobscot Bay. We hold weddings and all sorts of events here, and we're at the back of the house. In the front of the house is our common rooms and our dining area.
We have 9 guest rooms. We have 7 rooms and then 2 suites. The suites are in the back of the house, have private decks, and have a view of the bay. So we lived in Florida and we wanted to buy a bed and breakfast, so we started our search. I was out in Washington State and looking at a couple properties. I fell in love with the coast, and so I called Cassidy on my way to the airport and I said, Maine's not even on our list, but I think the coast is exactly the same as it is in Washington. So why don't we look there? 10 minutes later, she sends me a Zillow of this house, and a month later we came and looked at it and we just fell in love with it.
It was so just grand. Coming from Florida, we don't have houses like this where we're from, and so just the idea of it was just so magical.
So we've done a lot of renovations. We'll finish our last big push of renovations this spring. We have completely restored and replaced the cupola and the copper topper up at the top of the house. We've redone several of the bathrooms, and we've kept them all with this really wonderful vintage charm, but yet with modern luxuries.
Yeah, it was really important to us that the building didn't feel like a Hilton. It wasn't supposed to be brand new, it's supposed to feel old, it's supposed to have a history to it. It was built in 1874 for Captain Nichols and his family. We're actually standing in their barn. This was their barn, and then in the 1920s, a different family converted it into the ballroom.
We get guests from Europe, from all over the United States. In the winter, we kind of transitioned to a little more locals, trying to get away for a nice romantic weekend, just unplug, get out of the house.
We do a chef's choice breakfast every morning. So we'll do a sweet dish one day and a savory dish the next. We really try to shop local as much as we can and, support everyone in our community and as much as they support us.
She does all the cooking too, so she's like, I think she's pretty fantastic. There's so many times I'll text her in the morning and say, quick, look out your window, because the sunrises here are amazing, and every day I'll come out and I'll take pictures, the same picture over and over and over again, because it still thrills me.
Yeah.
We're the weirdos in like early May when we get that one last snowstorm. We're like, oh yes, and everybody else is like,
we're always
so
waiting
over.
for the next snow. Yeah. With all the snow, we definitely prefer a Maine winter to a Florida summer. It definitely suits us better.
Yeah. This was a dream. Gosh, you must have been 8 years old. And we would go to bed and breakfast, and it started off as, wouldn't it be the coolest thing to run a bed and breakfast? And so a few years, maybe like 2017 or so, we started saying, instead of waiting years and years down the road, why don't we just do this? So it was a fantasy that has come true.
Yeah, I always say that it was a what if that became a why not.
Yeah.
And it's like, why not us? Why not, bet on ourselves and go for it?
Hi, I'm Peter Walls. Welcome to Stockton Springs, and this is my studio. We're located at 189 Main Street in Stockton Springs, and this is downtown. The Hitchbourne's 2 doors up. This is our working studio, and this was the old customs house from the shipbuilding days, so it's mid-19th century structure. It's been many things over the years, including Pinkham's Meat and Fish, and it was a pharmacy, a restaurant, you name it. It was a ceramic studio before my wife's parents bought it about 15, 16 years ago. And when they retired and moved up the road, they asked us to move here from Vermont. And we came, left our jobs in Vermont and started again. Maine's been incredible. We love Vermont and we miss Vermont, but the people here and how people connect and help each other out, it's amazing. In 5 years, able to start from, literally we moved here with nothing. About 2.5 years ago, we teamed up with Kirk and Charlie at the Hitchbourne and started doing art shows in the front. In 2020, I teamed up with artist David Hurley in Belfast, and we started writing some grants for murals. And we got 2 big mural projects in Monmouth, Maine and Bucksport, Maine. And we built this easel, and we started painting murals, and it sort of turned into its own thing. Up at the Hitchbourne, when they did their last big renovation, I worked with Kirk and Charlie. He's a very visual person too, so he has a lot of things in mind. I do a lot of work up and down the coast, from Winter Harbor down to Newcastle right now. And just got a big mural project in Rockport, which will be starting next week, which will be a 5-month project.
Tell us about these beautiful animals.
Well, these are the first part of a mural that's going to be installed in downtown Bangor this spring, or early summer, depending on the weather. I'm working with the Rock and Art Shop and Annette Dodd, who I'm going to team up with to paint this 14 by 75 foot wall that is sort of the entrance to the Gandusky Trail. And we're always out in nature and hiking, and I love animals, and I've always painted birds and other creatures, so this is just natural. I think that's why we teamed up to do this. When I work with decorative art clients, the designers and architects, we do a lot of samples before we get to the, messing their house up. And so these are some floor samples from a couple years ago for a project on Lake Maguntacook. But it is about, I think a lot of this work is about creating the backdrop for a house or a business,
Well, we're so happy to have you in Maine. That's really cool. I'm glad to meet you.
This is all I've ever done. Since I was 6, I've known I was going to be an artist. So this is what I know, it's what I do, and I love doing it.
Hey MaineLife, from all of us at Berlin City, Happy New Year. Hope you get a chance to get outside and enjoy the outdoors at this beautiful time of the year. Skiing, snowshoeing, snowmobiling, whatever your interest may be, we have the vehicle for you. We have Pilot, Rogue, Highlander, Lexus, or Tesla. We can definitely even deliver it right to your house. And if you're in the area, stop by at any of our dealerships to see our new displays and meet our new friends. Nuts over here knows you're gonna be nuts about your new car. Happy New Year, everybody.
Welcome to the Hitchborn. I'm Kirk Linder.
And I'm Charlie Zorich, and we co-own the Hitchborn in Stockton Springs, Maine. We're originally from Portland, Oregon. We moved to Stockton Springs in late 2017. We opened the Hitchborn in June of 2018.
We decided to leave Portland, Oregon when we were stuck in traffic on I-5. And we zeroed in on New England and found a few properties online to come out and look at. And from there, we found the Hitchborn. As soon as we walked in, we knew this was the place for our new project.
Its location in Waldo County was ideal. The proximity to the local farms and local food production here is, I think, unmatched in the nation. Why Stockton Springs?
We get that question a lot from people that actually live here too. Part of it was the location. That Stockton Springs is really pretty central to a lot of larger population centers. The farming community in Waldo County is fantastic. Like Charlie said, they're producing some of the best food in the country, and we fell in love with the house.
The Hitchborn was originally purchased by Bruce and Nancy Suppes in the mid-'80s, and they started a renovation on the property. They upgraded a lot of the systems and whatnot, and really saved the home.
They saved the building, yeah.
And
did a lot of really great work.
And ran a small B&B out of the building for several years in the late 80s, early 90s. And Bruce and Nancy had done a kind of a period restoration that was very Victorian era, and we wanted to bring the building from Victorian times into modern times. And so we've done that with
a lot of stripping wallpaper.
Lots of wallpaper, lots and lots
miles
of
wallpaper.
We preserved, I think, the original character of the home while, keeping one foot in the past and a step in the future. I've been in food service for 25 years. I've partnered in restaurants out west. I had my own restaurant in Portland, Oregon at one time, and my family has been in food and hospitality for 3 generations.
Yeah, so longer than 25 years.
And so we always, all of us, we had 13 cousins, we all worked in the family business in one way or another.
My background is in construction and design. I handle all the branding for the businesses and manage the construction projects. And it makes us a pretty good team. The Hitchborn's logo is from the house. Everything in the branding is from the house in some way, and this flower pattern is on some etched glass, some original etched glass that was on a back door here. Peter did a really great job in executing the idea. Yeah, he's been just a really great partner in our design and construction.
And since we've been in Stockton Springs, we've met a really vibrant community of local artists.
Yeah.
All of the art that is in the restaurant is from our neighbors.
Stockton Springs artists.
Stockton Springs artists, and there's some incredibly talented people here.
After months and months of uncertainty, it's really starting to feel like we're getting established in the region, and it feels good.
We've had a tremendous amount of local support all throughout the pandemic. We sold a ton of coconut cream pies every week, which really helped keep the lights on for us. We really feel like we've been embraced by the community, and it really feels like home now. So the Hitchborn is a seasonal restaurant, open late spring through late fall. And then we're opening Hey Sailor, which is a fun gastro dive bar in Searsport, which is about 5 minutes away from the Hitchborn. And the focus there is really, we're calling it a gastro dive bar. So it's fun food, it's very cocktail driven. We'll have a great selection of local beers. The food is kind of rooted in things that we miss from the West Coast. We're going to do our version of West Coast style tacos and
more.
We're excited about the food. We're excited for you guys to try a little bit of it later on.
The design is really fun, so it'll be hard to walk into that place and not have a fun vibe.
Not have a smile for sure.
Yeah.
Our goal is to operate year round and provide employment for our staff, and also for the local community to have options in the middle of winter. I mean, I know that we get excited when there's places open in January and February. It's always been important for us to serve the local community. Have fun, ladies, at Wyman's Boxing Club just down the street, and we look forward to serving you some great cocktails and food when you arrive for dinner this evening.
My name's Ellie Beth, and I am a residential and consumer lender here at Kennebec Savings Bank. So my best friend and I moved from Portland, Oregon to Portland, Maine in mid-June, and we just felt compelled to come to Maine, and MaineLife was a huge factor of that. Me working at Kennebec Savings Bank is all attributed to MaineLife. I saw the commercials, I saw the community involvement with Kennebec Savings Bank and Andrew, and I just knew I had to be here.
In Berlin City, we make it easier to find and buy an electric vehicle. And for the first time ever, we're bringing all these options right here. Welcome to Berlin City Electric Vehicle Store Pop-Up. While we still sell thousands of gas vehicles per day, we now have electric options like Nissan Leaf. And we have a large selection of used Teslas. Yes, Teslas. What's that? You want less wheels? How about one? They're really quiet. And they're fast. So if you're looking to try or buy an electric vehicle or a one-wheel, stop by at any of our locations because life is easier at Berlin City.
Hi everybody, I'm Skeet Wyman, the owner and founder of Wyman's Boxing Club here in Stockton Springs, Maine. It's a little deceiving. We're in a 1970 poultry barn. 19 years ago, I came to John Maddox, the former owner, and he was my school bus driver, and I used to clean this poultry barn for him as a kid. But I was looking for more space for my boxing club. I started training my son and a few other kids in town, and we just outgrew the upstairs of my garage, and we moved forward on buying the building. And we've been here for 19 years. Well, as a kid, I remember the first fight I remember watching was Kenny Norton and Muhammad Ali, and it piqued my interest. I went on to have 20 bouts and remained undefeated. And at 19 years old, I had a hunting accident. Really how I got back into boxing is with my son Travis and his desire to try it. So at 14 years old, Travis started training, and 2 years later, at 16 years old, he was my first Golden Glove champion. If you want to box, you listen. The guys or girls that come through the door that want to do this, you know, there is no asking them to pay attention to this, that, or the other. They're here to learn, you know, and they study it, and it becomes fun. I've been doing this for 19 years, me and my wife. I've never charged one penny to one student in the whole time that we've been doing it. You know, their cost is getting registered, you know, through USA Boxing, which gives us our insurance. It's a matter of making a phone call and being willing, you know, to have self-discipline.
I live in Belmont, Maine. I go to school at the University of Maine. I'm a sophomore this year. I came here with a friend one day. He wanted to try boxing and convinced me to come. And started out just thinking I was going to do a fun thing for the summer, get in shape and kind of learn some self-defense. But started coming more and more, and then decided to continue and just stick with it all the way through. It's been about a year and a half now. My goal for boxing is to get to the Open New England Golden Gloves, then hopefully win that. That'd be awesome. I'm definitely in the best cardio shape of my life, and definitely best shape to be a boxer. I really appreciate my coach Skeet. I think he does a really good job and is really just in it to teach the kids how to box, and the community is really good here.
I'm gonna show you how to throw a jab and a right cross and a left hook. And them are probably the three basic punches in boxing, but those three punches will take you all the way to a world title.
How's my form?
Good.
How are my shorts?
Perfect. You do look like Rocky. Boom, boom. There you go, just like that. All right, you ladies are ready to fight.
Yeah, right.
Oh, actually, we don't use the F word. Box.
drama.
Boxing out of the red corner, the Eastern assassin, Aaron. Boxing out of the blue corner is the rock star from Rockland, Vanessa.
Hey everybody, I'm John, the beverage director here at the Hitchborn and Hey Sailor down in Searsport. Tonight I'm going to be making a couple cocktails from this menu, also from the menu down there. We just opened, we're really excited to bring this restaurant to you guys. So at Hey Sailor, our cocktail menu is inspired by coastal inspirations from ports around the world. This cocktail is the Pressure Drop. Features plantation pineapple rum, some yellow chartreuse, a little salt, because salt is great in cocktails. Some lemon and a little sugar. Your Pressure Drop, sir. So tonight I'm going to be making Once in a Blue Moon. This is one of the new cocktails over at Hey Sailor. It's got some rum, some blue curacao, banana, mango, some egg white to give it some nice frothiness, a little sugar, and some cardamom to finish it with some nice spiciness. Miss Allegra, good to see you tonight.
Good to see you too, John. That looks incredible.
Once in a Blue Moon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
We'll start with a sample of 3 tacos paired with 3 salsas from Hey Sailor. The fresh local scallop ceviche tostada, which will also be paired with a nice salsa. We've got our house pozole from Hey Sailor with traditional accompaniments. From the Hitchborn, we have our what we call our beets and carrots, and it's a seasonal salad with a carrot puree and roasted beets. Moving on, we have our coffee and red wine braised short rib with a cheese and roasted onion pierogi and pickled apples and coffee jus. And we also have pan roasted hake with a miso glaze, bonito dashi, and local bok choy and local oyster mushrooms.
So before we dig in, just tease us with what the dessert is going to be.
Oh, and for dessert we have a Mexican chocolate cake with a pecan praline and spicy chili, and then we have a tres leches cake with a cocoa nib tuile and dulce de leche.
And can I just say that your coconut pie got me through my pregnancy. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you for introducing us, Vanessa. This is amazing. We're finally here. Peter, so nice to meet you. Your beautiful wife, Allegra, community, Angie, John, Chef.
Yes,
thank you. I cannot wait to come back.
We want to thank all the farmers that we work with, all the diners that come here to enjoy our food and atmosphere, and thank you MaineLife, and cheers.
Cheers to your MaineLife. Cheers.
So if you're a fellow Mainer or visiting our beautiful state for the very first time and want your own personalized itinerary, visit my website or give me a call.
Thanks everybody for watching this episode of MaineLife. To follow our adventures, you can check us out on our website, MaineLifeMedia.com, at Arno Valley on Instagram, or MaineLife Media on Facebook. Thank you to New Center Maine and to all of our sponsors. Happy adventuring, and we will see you next week.
But the shovel, it digs deep.
Hi ladies, welcome.
Nice to meet you. Really nice to meet you. Do you go under?
Between. Boxing out of the red corner, the Eastern assassin. Just a second. All right, we'll go again. I won't laugh this time. This is serious.
This is our blooper reel. I hit myself in the face with it.
I've seen that happen before.
Okay, calm down.